Good boy turkey?
Oh, hey, house guests. Welcome to today's Big Brother Canada 11 Digital Daily Update.
Oh, hi.
What's going on? Our house guests of the day are Nora Ledford and Pine. Thank you both so much for the support. We couldn't do this without you. Yes, we appreciate it so much. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below.
It's down there.
Yeah. So today's Digital Daily, huge departure from yesterday's.
Yes.
I mean, yesterday there was literally like 5 minutes or less of game talk. We saw yesterday Daniel C. use the power veto on Ty because he wanted to gain favor with him because Dan is the target this week anyway. I really think that Ty should be the target over Dan.
I think they pulled a real boner move. I think they're going to look back and regret that they didn't get Ty out this week.
Yeah, I mean, Dan, yes, he's a really strong competitor, but like,
Dan can be molded.
He doesn't know what he's doing. Ty understands this game. He has connections with people.
And he's a physical threat.
Yeah, I really feel like it's a mistake. I think Ty is the one to target first, right?
Yeah.
But we're not in there.
We're not in the pressure cooker.
Yeah, Ty is off the block. And Santina, the secret HOH, put up Claudia as the replacement.
Is it really a secret anymore?
We'll talk about it. So Dan and Claudia are up on the block. They had a little chat like, no hard feelings about campaigning, blah, blah, blah. They're not going to do like a dirty campaign against each other. We all know who's going this week. It's Dan. They're not going to vote out Claudia over Dan. So let's talk about today's Digital Daily.
All right, we got a juicy.
Yeah, it was covering yesterday, day 32 in the house. And it starts off with Hope and Jonathan chatting outside. And Jonathan is getting right into it.
Jonathan's a little pissed.
Jonathan says Ty needs to go soon. I mean, he could have been going this week, just saying.
He does not like the way that Ty has been treating Claudia.
He's very controlling, trying to say who Claudia can and cannot talk to. He says Ty is ignorant. Ooh!
Yeah.
So Jonathan also says, I really don't want our group, the Crown, targeting Santina moving forward, because we saw on last night's episode Jonathan is trying to plant seeds within the Crown to get them to want to work with Santina, but it's not working.
It's not working.
No.
At all.
No. He feels like they can work with Santina. He doesn't want her to go, but the rest of his group has other ideas. So then, what do you think?
I think he should just keep Santina to his group of 3 with Hope.
Are they a group of 3?
Aren't they, though?
I don't think they're an actual established group of 3, but who freaking knows? It's so hard to tell these days.
I thought that he was like, yeah, we need to keep Santina, we're like the most powerful beings in the house universe. And
it's interesting, too, because we know that there's this 5-person alliance, the Crown, right? Jonathan, Hope, Kuzi, Anika, Daniel C. But we also heard Jonathan and Hope referring to something called the Sword.
Right.
So I don't know if that's just Jonathan and Hope or if there's somebody
Jonathan,
else in there.
Hope, and Santina.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. So then they're talking about their
Which
numbers.
Which is really funny because... No, never mind.
Okay.
I was just going to say about like Survivor because the
the shield and the sword.
The shield and the sword, but it's a crown.
Yeah. Interesting though.
Yeah.
So they're talking about numbers and they're feeling pretty good at this point. I mean, they're in a 5-person alliance. After this week, there's only going to be 10 people left in the game, which is wild. If they can keep Santina working with them, that's 6.
Right.
And then Jonathan's like, I'm pretty good with Claudia, so that could be 7 potentially.
You're not that good with Claudia. You may be good with Claudia personally, but in the game?
Yeah. Hope is saying he wants to get closer to Shania because he doesn't really have a connection with her at all.
Shania doesn't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah. Well, he's hoping that, with Dan leaving this week, Shania is going to be up for grabs. But you know that Shania is super tight with Claudia. So they're like, oh, Shania could be like an 8th person, in our votes or whatever.
Why is this 8-person alliance happening?
Not 8-person alliance, just extra numbers.
Votes. But like, how many people are left after this week?
I mean, really, but anyway.
We're all working together.
I know. They're feeling really good right now. So they talk about Dan's campaigning, which we did not see in this Digital Daily, but we heard quite a bit about it. Apparently Dan is trying to like put together an alliance. with like Hope, Anika.
So you start your
Kuzi.
alliance on day 32?
Yeah, it's definitely not working. It's too little too late. And Hope and Jonathan are saying like Dan's gotta go. So
I mean, Dan's got to know that he's going, right?
I'm
Or is he clueless?
pretty sure. I mean, I'd hope that he realizes, right?
Is this like just a last ditch effort?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to try. He's got to try, but
I'm worried for Dan in life.
oh, I think he'll be fine in life, but in here, not good. So Hope also lets Jonathan know, hey, Santina opened up to me and let me know that she is HOH this week.
Oh, she did?
Jonathan has known this whole time. So
Yeah.
Hope and Jonathan agree from here on out, they're going to tell each other everything, every little bit of information, because they are each other's number one.
Do you think when Hope said that to Jonathan, that Jonathan was like, she did?
Oh, I don't know. No.
Is she going behind my back? She didn't tell me that she told you.
I think he would feel good about that because he wants to bring Santina in. So he's like, oh, she's, opening up to other people that I'm close with.
Yeah, but do you think he's worried that Hope is closer to Santina than he is?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, I don't know.
That's not the vibe I'm getting.
All right.
But anyway.
Secretly.
Yeah. Then there was a very interesting conversation here between Daniel and Anika in the toucan room. And Daniel's like, you know who we have to look out for? We need to watch out for Kuzi. We need to be careful with her. Uh-oh.
I called this last week.
Yep.
I said, she's doing the most and people are going to notice.
Well, because the other day she was all, I'm going to work on my relationships with everybody.
Yes.
Daniel says that Kuzi is getting close to Ty again. Everyone likes her. She can get in anyone's ear. She's a very, very powerful player.
She's being way, way, way too obvious.
I think Daniel is also just like pissed because he feels that Kuzi told Ty that Daniel won the power veto before Daniel even had the chance to talk to Ty about it. So like she's trying to get in on that and be like, I helped get you off the block. Daniel, I talked to Daniel and got him to use the veto on you. And I think that is pretty much what happened. Like she wanted to make sure that she had a hand in that. I mean, she was talking about it in one of the digital dailies. She wanted Ty to feel like she was a part of that move. And Daniel is not liking that.
I wish Kuzi would have taken a play out of Tyler from BBUS, half of Tangela, because he pretty much had an alliance with everybody in the house and nobody really suspected it.
That's really hard to pull off, though.
But he did.
Yeah. For a while.
Yeah.
Well, that's that. I wish we could have heard more of that conversation, but I think it got like interrupted or something. So,
yeah.
But wow, Kuzi better be careful.
Yeah.
So then we got to see a bit of Claudia on the campaign trail. She's talking to Santina, which, we know that she's the HOH this week, but like, does she have a vote?
Did she tell you? She told me.
She told us.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to know if the HOH is going to have a vote this week. I don't know if Santina even knows at this point.
I don't think so.
You think she's just going to get called into the DR, sitting there?
Absolutely.
And leave? It's possible, right?
That's the way they do it.
I mean, she already gets to play in the next HOH. That's a big deal. So to give her a vote as well would be a lot.
Nika wasn't too thrilled about the possibility of the HOH playing again.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it wasn't clear at this point if Claudia knew that Santina was the HOH. But we know later, like, she knows. So I guess she just wanted to cover her bases just in case Santina can vote. Right. So Claudia's telling Santina, I'm here to play my own game. I'm not playing Ty's game. I didn't just come here to be like protected by a guy.
Claudia's campaigning this week was ridiculous. She was laughing the entire time.
I think she's got like a nervous laugh.
Yeah, but it really comes across as like insincerity, Like if you can read somebody, you know that when they're laughing, they're lying.
Yeah.
Because they're nervous.
Yeah.
Not just nervous about lying.
I mean, that is a good point. But Claudia was saying, I want to make big moves. I am nowhere ready to leave yet, and I want to play this game.
Great. It's day 32.
She wasn't saying what some of those big moves were. I think Santina was maybe
supposing,
which we'll get to in a minute. But Santina does express some concerns. She's like, I don't know if I can move forward with you because obviously very close to Ty.
The one you lay with is Ty.
Yeah, and from what we heard in today's daily, it sounds like there was some sort of an argument. Yeah, an argument between Ty and Santina the other day. We don't know what it was. I'm thinking maybe it came out that Santina's the HOH.
And he confronted her.
And he was like, why'd you put me up on the block?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, but we don't know for sure.
I would say that's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, because it would appear at this point that everybody
knows the cat's out of the bag,
that Santina's the HOH. So Claudia's like, yeah, I understand why you feel that way. I get your perspective. I'm not sure if there's anything that I can say at this point to change your mind on that.
I hate Ty. I don't even know Ty.
I mean, she kind of went in that direction in her campaigning, like, oh, he's going to go eventually, blah, blah, blah.
Wouldn't it be crazy if you were the one to send him out the door?
Well, Claudia's all like, I want people to know I'm not just a showmance. I'm more than that.
Honey, you're just a showmance.
Well,
a useman.
Santina was like, I hope if you win HOH, you'll make your own decisions, which I have to say is always funny coming from Santina. We've heard her say it to multiple people now. I mean, looking back at her first HOH, I have to say,
though, she did realize that she did make a mistake.
Yes, and I have to say she has been doing much better this time around.
Well, I mean, Zach is also gone now.
True.
So,
but Santina says she thinks that Claudia is in a good spot this week. I mean, let's be real. Dan is a much bigger threat in this game.
She's in a great spot this week. She has 0% chance of going home.
Dan has won competitions. Claudia has not. So Claudia is asking Santina, please be open-minded about working with me moving forward. And Santina's like, yeah, I am.
Yeah, that's Claudia this time.
So then Claudia was saying, I want a girl to win. She's kind of like waving around that girls alliance in front of Santina again.
As long as the girl is me.
Yeah. Well, also, like, there's no way that the girls would include Santina in a girls alliance.
No, unfortunately.
So it's just ridiculous when they bring this kind of stuff up to her. But she's saying if Dan goes this week, it'll be 6 girls versus 4 guys. So they will have a leg up here. And then it got a little bit interesting because Santina was like, oh my God, wouldn't it be so awesome if you won HOH and you were the one to take out Ty? Like, I think she was just assuming that's what Claudia meant by saying she wants to make big moves. I don't think that's really what Claudia meant. But Claudia is rolling with it because she wants to get Santina's vote if she has a vote.
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, it'd be so crazy. Oh my God.
Isn't that funny?
I don't see Claudia making that move unless it was like the very end. I don't see her taking out her own number like that. And honestly, like, I don't blame her. It would be really stupid.
That would be really I mean, for the game that she's playing right now, it's really stupid. But like, I don't see her getting to the end unless she's dragged like a goat.
I could see her getting to the end just because she's just like
a goat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not greatest of all time.
No, like lowercase goat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Santina was really excited by the prospect of Claudia targeting Ty, but like, I don't see it happening. I think she was just kind of like making that a thing.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. There was also some discussion about how apparently Ty too.
Maybe that was part of the scuffle.
Maybe, I don't know. But it's possible.
Like Santina saw that happening and she was like, hey, what are you doing?
I don't know.
F off.
Who knows?
F right off.
But Santina lets Claudia know, like, you have my vote. So if I have a vote, don't worry about it. She didn't say if I have a vote because Santina is still playing it off like, oh, I wonder who's HOH.
She's still doing a great job, I have to say, except for telling Hope because I think maybe that's how everybody else went.
I mean, once Hope knows, he's got a big mouth.
Yeah.
All right. So then Claudia talks to Hope next and he quickly tells her, like, you have my vote. Don't worry. And Claudia's like, okay, I still want to chat though and put in the work because they haven't really like talked that much this whole time. So
I mean, her going around saying like, isn't it funny being on the block? You get to like talk to all these people you normally wouldn't.
You can do that anyway. Even if you're not on the block, you've just chosen not to.
Yeah, which means you're playing a suck game, you know?
Yeah, she's definitely could be doing better
the least
about talking to everyone. But Hope is like, oh, I feel like if you win HOH, you're going to put me up. And she's like, no. Well, she didn't say no. She said, I'm not targeting you. So maybe she would put him up. But she's like, I want to hang out with you more. I want to chat with you more. They both like hanging out with Jonathan, so maybe that can help, whatever. So Claudia goes into her whole thing about how she's here to play her own game, not just here for a showman, so to be protected by a guy.
I mean, maybe she was here to play her own game in the beginning, but that's not how it all went down, and it's kind of hard to walk that back.
Yeah,
once you've
it's hard to separate that.
been in the showmance,
but
and still in the showmance.
Yeah, well, Santina was telling her earlier, like, hey, if you want to get rid of that image, you can just take him out, and that'll definitely Claudia. And he feels really good about it because Claudia said that her and Ty are playing separate games. Which, I mean, we've seen to a certain degree, but that's mostly just because Ty has not been open with her.
Exactly.
It's not because she didn't want to play with him.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of forced her to play her own game because he wasn't bringing her in.
Right.
But I'm sure if he tried to, like, bring her in on some moves, she'd be like, okay.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, instead of just, like,
Of
saying,
course.
this is how you're going to vote.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, Jonathan really dogging on Ty still, calls him a piece of work. Sucky baby?
Is that
Sucky
like
baby
a
or
titty
sucky
baby?
baby? I don't know.
I think that's like you're still sucking at your mommy's boobie.
Okay. But he says Ty cannot win the next HOH. He doesn't want to see it. He wants Ty to go next. And he says, Ty.
Hello, Jonathan. You didn't want him going this week. You should have gotten Ty out first.
I mean, he might have wanted Ty to go this week, but if nobody else was on board with it.
Well, then he should have convinced Daniel not to use the veto because he said, hey, if you guys don't want me using it, I won't use it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a mistake. But
it's a huge mistake.
Jonathan feels like Ty is being cocky because he feels comfortable. I mean, I think he had a little shakeup last week with Zach leaving, but now he's kind of like resettling in.
Yeah.
And he's feeling a little cocky again.
Wouldn't you if everybody was so quick to take you back in?
I mean, he's talking to Kuzi.
Claudia went running to him. Kuzi it was like business as usual again.
So then Kuzi, Anika, and Daniel all come in to the library with Hope and Jonathan. So now we have all 5 of the crown present.
The crown is there.
Yeah. So, of course, they don't want to be in there for too long together because they're going to get caught.
It's obvious.
Yeah. So they talk about how their group can't be seen hanging out too much. They're getting worried that they're already going to, like, give up the secret.
Yeah.
So they're like, all right, we got to spend more time talking with other people, but we cannot let that freak us out. Like, if you see me talking to this person, you can't be like, oh my God, they're turning on us. You need to trust each other, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Easier said than done. So then Anika and Kuzi are chatting in the Toucan room. They're talking about Dan's campaign, how he's trying to make an alliance with them on day 32. Not going to happen.
Again, too little, too late.
Yeah. And then they're talking about some ridiculousness. Anika is saying that she wants to target Santina and Renee next.
Why?
She doesn't think that Ty would target their group in the next few weeks. Really?
Dumb.
Really, though?
Dumb.
Like, you really think so?
Dumb.
Why are they so trusting of Ty? I don't understand that.
I really don't know.
And you're going to go after Santina and Renee. Like, I could see Santina, but Renee? Really?
People! I can't believe I have to clap at them. Did you not realize that Ty went into the diary room with Zachary and said, I'm thinking of walking? They were together. You didn't like Zach. You're not going to like Ty.
Yeah.
Wake up.
It's a little bit redonkulous, but Kuzi brings up, hey, if Ty is up on the block in the next few weeks, we need to take him out. We can't let that shot go to waste.
Duh, you shouldn't have let it go this week.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed
I know.
with this week.
So then Claudia comes in, tells them about how her campaigning's going. She feels pretty good about it. And they're all openly talking about Santina being HOH this week. So again, I don't think Santina has officially confirmed this with them, but I think it's pretty much out there. So Kuzi says Santina has got to go because they feel like she can just turn at the drop of a hat.
Don't tell Jonathan.
Claudia agrees. She's like, yeah, Santina put me up on the block. She's next on my list.
okay, I gotta go pack my clothes and write my speech. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, so she's getting lines from Kuzi. It sounds like Claudia wants to be a little sassy in her
big
her
mistake.
speech, which seems weird. I don't know.
Girl, you are on the block. Somebody put you there. And you're gonna sass them when you are not even a target right now. You are not even on their radar, and
It
you're
just
gonna
feels
go
unnecessary.
and sass somebody. Why not just throw some gasoline on a fire? Dumb.
Yeah, well,
Poor
Claudia
gameplay.
Yeah, Claudia's plan moving forward, she says she would put Santina and Renee up on the block, which, like, I get Santina, obviously, like, she put her up.
Renee?
Renee is supposed to be in that girl trio with her. What?
Teen Girl Squad.
Yeah, Teen Girl Squad, exactly. So I don't know if she's just saying this in front of Kuzi and Anika, but, like, it doesn't feel like it. I don't get it. I don't know if something happened with Renee the other day or what, but they keep saying, like, Renee and Santina are, like, supporting each other. I don't get that.
Or is it that Renee is still with Hope?
I don't think they are that close anymore. I don't see them hanging out as much.
Yeah.
So it's really weird. I don't get it. But a little later, Jonathan chats with Anika and Kuzi. And Kuzi's really worried that this week is going to be a double eviction, which no way, because like all these self-evictions.
I mean, maybe in the past it might have been a double. Usually before the jury, don't they usually do like a double or
Sometimes,
something?
I mean, it's not always the same pattern.
But they had a lot of people leave.
We are hemorrhaging house guests right here.
It's not like you didn't know a lot of people left. I mean, you saw how many people went out. You know how like TV works, right? You got to put asses in the seats to get enough episodes for the season. So like, there's not going to be a double.
So yeah, Kuzi's like, if it is going to be a double, we're not going to have time to talk. We don't want people to see us talking in our group. So we need to make sure we have a plan in place just in case. So Anika's like, well, I would put up Santina and Renee. Same thing that Claudia was thinking.
No.
Oh my God. She says Santina would be her target. And Jonathan's like, okay, so like I get that you guys have a good relationship with Ty, but I don't.
Yeah.
And Jonathan says he's worried that Ty is going to be able to get back in with people and like build up his numbers again. Well, Anika's like, no, we see right through what Ty is trying to do. You don't have to worry about it.
So then why aren't you getting rid of him ASAP?
Yeah. Well, Jonathan is like, okay, I trust you guys. And he calls Anika and Kuzi his queens. All right. So then a little later, Daniel chats with Kuzi and Anika. And Daniel's nervous about Hope being in their alliance, the Crown. He says that Hope is really pushing his buttons right now because, Hope is all like, I'm so excited to play this game. I feel great. So he's worried that Hope is going to give away that they're like working together in this group now.
I mean, it's definitely a possibility, but like
Hope is being a bit much for sure.
So is Daniel.
I know.
Hello, pot, neat kettle.
Well, Daniel says Hope is emotional in a different way than I am. Like he's being a little too reactive. I guess Hope is getting paranoid seeing people talking to other people outside of their alliance.
Mr. I don't know if I should go in the hot tub or not.
I can't lose Zach. I miss Zach. But yeah, Daniel's worried that Hope is eventually going to blow up their group. I mean, honestly, he might. I could see it happening for sure.
Okay.
And he's worried that Hope is getting too close to Santina.
But wouldn't Daniel as well? Wouldn't we be worried about Daniel being a loose cannon?
I mean, he already was going to possibly vote opposite of what his group wanted last week.
I don't see him locked into this group.
Yeah, so there's already some drama in the Crown. I don't know how long this alliance is going to last.
Not long.
Yeah, I mean, they're disagreeing over the next targets. That's not good.
They're disagreeing over Santina.
Yeah, there's some issues for sure. So we'll see. I mean, I'm rooting for them, but I don't know if it's gonna last. So then the rest of the daily was just like a blind pudding taste test.
I don't want the pudding because it has almond milk. I want normal milk.
Normal milk is for
not
baby
for
cows.
You.
Cow milk is for cows. But anyway, as of now, Dan will be leaving tomorrow. He is trying, he's campaigning, but it's not working. So let us know what you think about all of this in the comments. Thank you all so much for being here. And
yes, thank you.
We will be back later tonight for the episode chat.
I hope I make it. It's the late night. I'm so tired.
These Wednesday nights are so late. So we'll see you all later. And until then, much love. Bye.
Oh, bye. See you later.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
Bye.
Bye.